Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market doesn't open up here for about 45 minutes, but watching BYND very, very closely, 119 being the key level. In fact, to show you a little behind the scenes of how my private trading community works, here's a little just kind of conversation that just took place. Somebody was asking me about 119 support for BYND because I've been talking about the 119 level quite a bit lately. So I just made the comment, yep, that's an area I'm finding very interesting. Price needs to open above it, though, so it can flush down through it. So as of right now, the key dynamic that I want to see is to have the price open up above the 119 mark. And if it can open up there and then get a breakdown through it, I think that's a level that could create a nice little tradable opportunity. But like I said, the market still doesn't open up for about 45 minutes. Might do a pre-market trade, though. If this thing looks like it wants to even break below 119 in pre-market, I'll consider getting short at that point. But actually, let me just make sure that there's even shares to short. It says there are up here. So on my platform, whenever there's a E that's green, that's supposed to mean, but previous day I had some problems. So let me just get a little bit away from the price here. There we go. All right, good. Well, I guess there are shares to short. So there we go. That's kind of the game plan right now, and we'll see what happens. All right, this thing has gotten down below 119, so I'm going to go ahead and get short here at 118.76, 500 shares. I think this thing has more downside to it. So we'll see how this wants to play out here. We have, 25 minutes before the market opens, but like I said, I think this thing wants to continue on down here a little bit. So I will keep you posted. Not a whole lot of volume right now because, again, it is still pre-market. But I will let you know how it plays out. But, again, right now, short 500 shares at 118.76. All right, getting some movement here. Let's see if it can get down through 118.50, which it did. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out there for 130. Ideally, this thing bounces back up above 119 and gives me a chance, which I think it's got a good opportunity at, although right now, looking like I may have gotten too trigger happy. So we'll see what happens with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not disappointed in getting, $130 quick little score there, but also got to kind of admit, granted I'm speaking in full hindsight here, but might have been a little too trigger happy there. I liked the 118.76 entry point, so I'm not saying that. I just, like I said, my ideal entry point, and that's the problem with free market. I got other stuff going on. I'm answering emails. I'm talking with people in the community. I'm doing real estate stuff. And I didn't quite capture the break of 119. So like I said, from that point of view, like I said, it wasn't a terrible entry point. Obviously, as you saw, was able to make 130. But in the back of my mind, I wanted that 119 mark, and I would have felt a lot better about things. So that's why I decided probably that's where the trigger happiness came from, was the point that I had that 119 mark in my head. So again, not that 118.76 was a bad entry point. It absolutely wasn't. I mean, I could be up a whole lot more. But in terms of just kind of talking out loud here, and I kind of use these as video diaries. If you're new to these videos, that's one thing that I do like about these live trades is I can just document my thoughts. And sure, sometimes I probably sound like a psychopath, but sure, these are for entertainment purposes. But it's also just so I can, document what I'm thinking at the time. And yeah, that's where I think I got trigger happy, was I didn't quite get the ideal entry point. So that probably had me a little disappointed and therefore trigger happy. But I'll take it. So we'll see what happens with it. Market opens up here in about 21 minutes. It just dawned on me that you were probably watching this chart over here and nothing, well, that was a poor choice of colors. You're probably watching this chart over here, nothing is changing. And that is because up here is actually where I have my chart where it's pre-market data is on. So this chart you're seeing is indeed moving. 118 looking like the key level right now. But that is what I was looking at while I was waiting for the trade to play out. That and the level twos. Again, if you're not familiar with charts or maybe new to trading, this over here is known as level twos. But that's what I was looking at, and then the off-screen chart up there. Because yeah, with this chart here, I do not have pre-market data turned on. So kind of like I said, just the light bulb went on. Oh, you know what? I should probably explain that. So that was what was going on, and that is if you were wondering that, how it was actually playing out. But yeah, BYND, I definitely got trigger happy because now it's looking like it potentially could break down through 118. But down here, I feel like it's chasing, so just not going to do it at this point. Well, this is fantastic. BYND has gotten back up above 119. So it's looking like that original plan is right back into play. So, yeah, things now, granted, the market still got 8 minutes to go, but yeah, back above 119. Market opens up here in less than a minute. Looking like it will indeed open nicely up above 119. Have an order to short at 120.50 if it wants to explode upwards out of the opening gates. But we'll also be watching for that 119 break. So yeah, like I said, market opens up here any minute. I'll get the video rolling once it does. All right, market is open. Holy smokes. What just happened there? How is it? Wow. Hopefully I caught that on video. That was an insane move. It opened at 119.75. I'm going to have to scroll back. I don't know if I've ever seen anything that fast before. Well, I'm disappointed I was not able to act fast enough, but I'm very happy that we caught it on video. In fact, I'm going to go up to, I have no problem admitting that move has me a little bit shaken, so I'm just going to go up to 121 instead of 121.50. But yeah, let's see if this thing wants to calm down a little bit here. But wow, that was a fast move. So yeah, definitely want to let the volatility work its way out of the system here. So 119 still shaping up to seemingly be that key level. But I mean, the price truly is all over the place. So we'll see what it wants to do. Again, I am at 121. But at this point, I'm going to go up to 121.50. So 121.50 is my entry point now, or my attempted entry point, I should say. So let's see if I can get that. Well, now it's coming back down. So yeah, this thing really is all over the place. So I'll go ahead and pause it for now. All right, well, want to see how it acts around this because that whole gain has now been given back up. But I mean, such a wide range here. Well, LK, another one that I was watching. Let's go over here real quick. Let's see, 69. No, whoops. Oh yeah, right here, about 41.85. Gonna get that alert in the chat room. There we go. And there goes BYND. Just, well, like I said, I'm glad I captured this all on video because what an absolutely crazy move. Especially that opening where it just moved impossibly fast. So I'm going to try to get filled if it wants to work its way downwards a little bit more. So we're almost at 10 minutes of video and I've captured one trade. But this has been some fantastic action, I will say that. Have an order at 114. Nice. Well, that was a fast fill. We'll see if it wants to go back up to 115 or not. Try for some more down there at 113.50. So it decided to take me out there for a 45-cent move. So is that a $200 some move? But if this wants to continue on down, I will be ready at this point 113, or excuse me, 112.50. So 112.50, 112.50, next first entry point. So we'll see if I can get that. Getting close. There's the break. Didn't get it. All right, I will pause. And I'm going to go get ahead and get short here at 118.29. And take the quick scalp there, now up over 541. We're 21 minutes in, $500 a day keeps the day job away, so I'm happy with that. But let's see if it wants to give me another opportunity. All right, I'm certainly not going to give back my profits here. So let's see. What is that? 119.01. So I'm risking, let's call it $100 because with slippage. So risking $100. So I'm not in threat of giving back my gains. That's the last thing I would ever want to do is give back my gains. Talk about a morale killer. But I do still like the setup for a potential move to the downside. 117.50 is going to be that key break. But like I said, I could be wrong. Would definitely not be the first time. And if I am wrong, that's fine. I'll lose right around $100, which would still keep me, up over $400 on the morning, which I am totally fine with. So that is the current setup right here. Again, looking for a break of 117.50. And if I can get that, I will move my stop down at that point to then guarantee a winning trade. But before I move down my stop, I need to see the break of 117.50, which looks like it's getting somewhat close. So there's the break. So now it's a winning trade. It's just a matter of how big of a winning trade. We'll have to see what happens. So again, it is a winning trade. How big of a winning trade? So I'm going to move this down here now to 51. Again, it is a winning trade now. I just don't know how big of a winning trade this is actually going to be. So let me move this down some more. So again, to repeat myself, this is a great spot to be in. I have no idea how much of or how big of a winning trade this is going to be. I mean, how stress-free of a spot is that? It doesn't get any better than this as a trader. Just simply not knowing how much money am I going to make. I don't know. I don't know. How far down does this thing want to go? As traders, that is exactly where we want to have ourselves. A great, great, great problem to have. So I'm going to move that down again. So again, I don't know how much money I'm going to make. I just know I'm going to make money. How much? I have no idea. But right now, I'm right at what I risked. I risked around 100. And to think now that I'm up at right around 100, again with slippage though. So let's see what this wants to do. If it wants to keep on rolling over, then I'm going to keep on making money. But again, to reiterate, the only worry I have in the world right now is how much money am I going to make? I mean, how great is that? So move this down again. Again. And I am finally out. I don't know what I made on those 100 shares, but I made over $100. So there it was. Now in hindsight, Clay, why don't you do your 500 shares? Yes, I should have done the 500 shares, but welcome to the world of hindsight. And then there's the bounce back upwards. So it is 26 minutes in. I'm up $650. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Now, earlier I mentioned this conversation out that I had on 119, and you saw it all play out, especially any members that got in, right before the market opened at 119. I mean, wow, they they scored big because you saw just how fast it moved. But again, that was a conversation that I started the video with. So if you're interested in getting part of and access to that community, which, this is where that screenshot is coming from, then you can join there. Just go to claytrader.com/team. And really the number and the way you approach this is, $99 for 3 months. The question becomes, do I believe the service can help me make more than $8.25 per week? Not per day, but per week. So if you believe the service can help you make more than $8.25, that is, per week, then you will get a great return on your investment. So again, just go to claytrader.com/team. You saw some of the, the screenshot was from the live chat room, but there's also a weekly newsletter I send out with my personal scans. And then the other thing that's always popular is there is an app. So it's not like you have to stay chained to your computer or anything like that. You can stay in touch no matter where you are. Also, if you enjoyed these live trade videos and you would like for me to keep making more of them, easiest way to communicate that to me is hit that like button and then subscribe to the channel. So hitting the like button and then subscribing, especially if you can leave a comment down below, that really goes a long way in letting me know that my time is being wisely used in making these live trade videos. So like I said, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe in order, like I said, to communicate that to me. And again, if you're interested in trading alongside me and other traders and getting alerts like you just seen here on BYND with that focus on 119, and then of course there's lots of other alerts that were made. Then again, claytrader.com/team. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.